What's up, everybody? Jed Johnson here from dieselcrew.com. Of course, you know they call me Napalm. And this is day number 17 in the 31 days of Q&A. So we're past halfway through the month now and getting closer to Christmas. And I've got the table out in the gym because I just finished wrapping a whole bunch of presents. So I thought I'd take a minute right now to go ahead and cover the question for today. Reminder to give the video a like, leave comments below, subscribe, and I'm not even going to bother asking about sharing on social media because it ain't happening. All right, I wanted to share some feedback that I got because I've been talking about some products this month, and I've got a sale going on right now that I told you about, and it's on my 2 Inch Dumbbell products, and this comes from Glutton for Punishment, and I'm not sure who that is. I might have known and forgot. For anyone who hasn't bought any instructional material from Jed, he's not lying here. Every time I buy a program, I get it in less than 30 minutes. So I must have been talking about quick turnaround with sending links back to people. Jed is quick. I have Crush, cadence-based training, lift the blob, block weight training, and fierce forearms, if I remember the name right. I actually bought Crush twice because for some reason my sleep-deprived brain thought it was a different program than what I already had. But I consider it a donation to Jed for all the great info he puts out. So Glutton for Punishment, thanks a lot. I appreciate that feedback and your support, most likely over the years, considering the duration of time that's passed since I released some of these products. So thank you very much. Here's the question. It comes from Chaz Strange, and this was one of the first questions that I got this month that I put on this sheet, this notepad, and then I forgot to go back to it. So sorry for taking so long to get to this. He wanted to know what's my least favorite grip feet that I'm good at and my favorite feet that I'm not good at. So I'll cover the least favorite grip feet that I'm good at, and I'm going to point to the finish ball. It pains me to train the finish ball because I absolutely abhor key pinch. I think it's a complete waste of time, and it does not carry over to anything else besides other key pinch, which none of that stuff carries over to anything else that really matters, in my opinion. So, however, somehow I got really good at finish ball. So I'm historically in competition around like 93, 95 pounds, I guess, but I've done over 100 pounds in training. So when everything lines up real right, I'm super strong on that. And the last I knew, the record was like 105 pounds, and I think it got broken at King Kong this year. So it's a little bit higher, but I didn't look at that before I started the recording. So let's just say, 100 pounds is pretty rare air on the finish ball, and I'm right around there. So generally in training, I can get like 97.5, 98 pounds. On occasion, I've been up near 100, but finish ball is often towards the end of the competition. My hands are a little bit tired, I guess, and haven't been able to put it together for a 3-digit lift in the competition. My favorite feat that I'm not good at, I'm going to say, is card tearing. I put out an ebook in 2009 on card tearing. At that time, I was actually pretty decent at card tearing. I could tear them in half the normal way. I could tear them in half lengthwise. I could take, I could quarter. I've done, I think, 8s on maybe 1 or 2 occasions. I've torn chunks out of the center. I've torn the corner out. I've been able to do some of the weaker decks extremely fast, like less than 2 seconds. But what happened was, in I think 2009, I did this fundraiser, kind of a fundraiser. It was a fun thing to do back in the day with Joe Hashey from Synergy Athletics up in like Binghamton, New York, and we did this grip strength for Earth Day thing. So if people sent us a deck of cards or a phone book or multiple, then we would tear them, and we ripped phone books and decks of cards for like an hour. and we live streamed it on an old app or site called Ustream. And during that process, my hand must have slipped or fatigued, and I hurt my middle finger on my left hand. Like my finger bent like this, and felt like I tore or at least injured some of the collateral ligaments in my finger, and it bothered me for a while. So from that point on, I didn't tear decks of cards that much. I didn't really do any kind of speed work or where I was rushing through the cards at all. Everything would be nice and slow and controlled because of that injury. So also, as a consequence of that injury, I have not maintained my upper level abilities of advanced card tearing. So because of that, if it's in a medley, I usually eat up a lot of time with that feat. And then there's other people that, like some people that bought my ebook and learned how to tear cards. They're like heads and shoulders way beyond me now. And there's guys like Tim Butler who just smashes every deck of cards that he wants to. And, you know, I just won't ever reach that level because I'm afraid of that injury getting re-irritated. So there you go. My least favorite grip feat that I'm good at is finish ball. My favorite grip feat, because I really enjoy doing that stuff. That was a lot of fun. And like I said in one of the most recent videos, card tearing was one of the feats that I really wanted to do when I first started doing this. And I enjoyed it. And it was always like shock and awe at parties, bars, and get-togethers and fun stuff. And yeah, that's about it. So I'd appreciate it if you give the video a like, subscribe, help me get to 15,000. Where am I? Let's see where we're at now. We're at 14,941. So we've gotten about 40 or 50 subscriber increase during this month. Thanks everybody, and all the best in your training. Take care.